আসসালামু আলাইকুম, কেমন আছো সবাই? আশা করি যে যেখানে আছো ভালো আছো, সুস্থ আছো। Today is my second class on ORC of class 4. In previous class I have discussed page 101 and 102, and today I will discuss another two pages of the story, page number 103 and 104. Mr. Smith sighed and then went up to talk to Tommy. Sighed means deep breath, that means দীর্ঘশ্বাস ফেলা। Mr. Smith দীর্ঘশ্বাস ফেলেছিল and then went up to talk to Tommy. And then he went to talk to Tommy. Come on, Tommy, said Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith called Tommy to come. You cannot keep quiet for so long. For a long time you cannot keep quiet. You must talk to your mother. You must talk to me. So Mr. Smith told that you have to talk to your parents. But Tommy did not say a word. But Tommy did not say anything. He just sat on his bed and stared at the ceiling. Just then he sat on his bed and stared at the ceiling. Stared means look fixedly, এক দৃষ্টিতে তাকানো, and ceiling means the inside overhead covering of a room, ভেতর দিকের ছাদ। রুমের ভেতরের যে ছাদটা সেটাকে বলা হয় ceiling. He often did this. Sometimes he did this. So his father left him alone. Him alone. Well, asked Mrs. Smith when Tommy's father returned. So when Tommy's father returned, Mrs. Smith asked him, everything is okay? It's no use, replied Mr. Smith. He won't talk to me. Then Mr. Smith replied that he didn't talk to me. In the morning, Tommy ate his breakfast in silence. Silence means quiet. So in the morning, Tommy ate his breakfast in silence, but during taking breakfast, he didn't say anything. Then he went off to school without saying a word. Then he went to school, but he didn't say anything. What shall I do with him? Sighed Mrs. Smith. So Mrs. Smith sighed and told that what shall she do with him? In the evening, Tommy came home and went straight to his room. So in the evening, Tommy came to his home and went straight to his room. Once or twice he came into the kitchen and stood near his mother. So he came into the kitchen once or twice and he stood near his mother. Follow the next page, page 104. There is a picture. She is Tommy's mother and he is Tommy. Tommy's mother is cooking. She thought he was going to say something. Tommy's mother thought that he wanted to say something, but each time he said nothing and went away quietly. But actually he didn't say anything and went away quietly. Mr. Smith smiled. When Mr. Smith came home, she told him about Tommy. When Mr. Smith came to his home, she told him about Tommy. I think he wanted to talk to me, she told Mr. Smith, but he is still cross. I think he wanted to talk to me, she told Mr. Smith, but he is still cross. Mrs. Smith told Mr. Smith that she thought that he wanted to talk to his mother, but he is still cross. At dinner, Mr. and Mrs. Smith kept quiet. And then dinner means the chief meal of the day. Tommy kept quiet too. So Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith and Tommy, they were keep quiet during dinner time. They were waiting to see who would be the first to talk. They were following to see who would be the first to talk. No one said anything and the dinner passed in silence. Last of all, nobody can say anything and the dinner passed in silence. After the meal, Tommy went to his room. I hope that you will understand my lecture and you will read the two pages, page 103 and 104. শুভকামনা রইল সবার জন্য। খোদা হাফেজ।